Hey everyone, I'm Dave Hendricks. I'm the CEO of Vertalo. We're a digital transfer agent that connects and enables the digital asset ecosystem. We're here at the second Digital Assets and Securities Conference in Austin, Texas. And I'm really excited to be joined by Dan Kelly, the CEO and founder of GSDFuel. Dan, thanks so much for coming to this conference, and you know, especially after you and your wife just had a baby.
I have proof.
Wow.
with the hospital wristband right here. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's that.
I'll be paying for this for years.
I know, and thank you so much for abandoning your family to come and join us here, and to come and share what you're doing at GSDFuel, and also for working with Vertalo. So, could you tell the audience a little bit about GSDFuel, what you're doing? What you're doing with us, why this is such a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the introduction. In short, at GSDFuel, we're focused on ESG investments is the long and short of it. We'll be launching 15 security tokens within the year of 2022, wow. And that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so we are simply one of the many players in the industry that's focusing on bringing this alternative investment landscape to life very quickly, right? And on top of that, we're making our security token offerings into, quite frankly, cash registers, ATMs, if you will, for token holders.
Wow.
And these are going to be asset-backed and or profit-backed security tokens.
Yep.
An example would be, the first two listings you'll see, which by history are not ESG, but it's how they came about me joining Vertalo here as a customer, is actually one is an insurance company that's going to give away 75% of profits.
Wow.
And that's
amazing.
That's a company called DMP Holdings.
Mm-hmm.
The second is a mining operation in Africa that's giving away 30% of profits. And this is active mining operations, pulling out gold every day.
Yeah.
Then we've got ESG companies that are focused on waste to energy, cleaning up plastics off beaches, oceans,
yes.
making materials that the U.S. government can use. So it's great.
So this is really innovative. It's big. It's big in a industry here, like an emerging ecosystem which hasn't seen offerings like this. Yeah. How did you get into this? Tell us a little bit about your background and how did you get into the industry? How'd you come up with this idea? It's fantastic. We need much more and many more Dan Kellys and more GSDs. So tell us how you got here.
Thank you. How I got here was I have a fascination with technology. I rode, like we all did, the crypto craze, yep. From 2008 on. I found the importance of network effects, of building an ecosystem and a marketing engine behind you, that, by the way, is incredibly important for all these ESG type of projects because we're bringing technology right into people's hands. I also like to get rid of the middlemen in industries. Yeah. Financial services is one of the latest movers of eliminating those intermediaries between. So, long story short, security tokens are a way for us to leverage network effects of crypto, if you will, but in a safe, regulated way that's SEC compliant. We can't say approved yet, but SEC compliant using all the existing regulations of the USA Jobs Act of 2012.
Right.
And so it's been really special. And how I got into this as well is because I've been an advisor for a lot of green tech, clean tech companies. I'm really passionate about technology that specifically focuses on improving our world. That might sound cheesy, but it's just the truth.
Right.
And so this is a way to develop a marketing ecosystem behind these either new companies or well-established companies, as well as raise capital in a direct connection between issuer and investor. And quite frankly, that's what investors want. Yeah. The only other thing I'd say is I've thrown a lot of money at the typical equity investments that I can find on Seed Invest and things like that. Yeah. And not knocking them at all, but quite frankly, I find equity purchases quite boring. Yeah. Quite boring. The only way you can really get anything out of that and liquidate your investment is if the company gets sold or goes public. Yeah. Right? Which is very rare.
It's extraordinarily rare. Yeah. And it's so much friction to do that.
So much friction. Yeah. And it's just and the cost too. Just the IPO costs, et cetera, for these companies. It doesn't feel good. Yeah. And they lose control. Right? So this is one of the reasons in which we are focused on profit and asset-backed tokens,
Yeah.
with no equity dilution for the issuers. Yeah.
And the benefit of creating a community too
Yes.
around the issuer.
Yes.
Which is something which is much different than when there's like a brokerage house in between you and the investor.
I could own 1,000 shares of Apple, but Apple has no idea who Dan Kelly is.
Right.
They know who Fidelity is.
Yep.
Right? They don't know who Dan Kelly is.
No.
And there's benefits for both Dan Kelly and Apple to know who each other are. Right.
Yeah.
And long story short, when I'm a large token holder, which I have now become over the years here of multiple different companies in the securities market space, I am actively promoting them because, quite frankly, I want to see them do well. I want to see my investment do well, and it's just fun. It's just fun being able, because it feels like you're part of the company, even though you're not an employee.
Yeah,
I've been part of Telegram chats where people are literally asking if they can put a company that issued a security token offering on their LinkedIn page.
Yeah,
because they want to actively promote it.
Yeah.
But so
I mean, that's the community thing is so much fun. That's why it's great. You know, we love throwing this conference and hosting it because we bring together a community that may be working directly or indirectly with each other.
Yeah.
But the power of community is, social media, I think, kind of kicked that off, the ability to spin up communities really quickly. You saw that with Telegram and Discord. But, that's just chatting.
Yeah.
Right. This is also supporting business, right? And like you can get behind a mission, and then you can evangelize that mission. Your ownership is not passive; it can be super active.
Yep.
I love what you're doing. How do folks find out more about GSDFuel? How do folks reach you, Dan?
Yeah, I'm easily reached on LinkedIn. It's probably the best way. Specifically, Dan Kelly at LinkedIn. I think Dan Kelly 1 is the last. Last thing on my LinkedIn profile, and then they should go to gsdfuel.com.
Yeah.
From there, we're going to have an investor portal and an offer wall.
Yep.
Powered by Vertalo, if you will.
Super cool.
And the 15 offerings I'm mentioning will be there shortly. Specifically, 2 will be there in the next week or so.
Wow. I'm so excited about that. Dan, thank you so much for taking time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
To come to the conference when you've got so many other things going on, sharing with the audience, and we'll catch up and continue the story and give an update to the audience and the community.
Yes.
Super soon.
Sounds good.
Great to have you here.
Thanks, Dave. Great being here.
Thanks, everyone.